Organized by the United Nations to foster global appreciation for reading and celebrate books as an embodiment of human creativity, World Book Day and copyright define books as symbols of hope and dialogue. The bid to cultivate good reading culture calls for an enlightenment on the importance of owning a book. Our correspondent, Ugoala Emanuela, brings us the details.
Recognizing the scope of books as a link between the past, the future, and a bridge between generations, copyright offers literary owners an exclusive right to copy and distribute a creative work to curtail plagiarism. First celebrated on 23rd April in 1995, World Book Day is an annual event organized by the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization to promote reading, publishing, and copyright.
The copyright, as it is a process of allowing authors and writers to benefit from the intellectual properties. But we have people who are predators, who doesn't want to suffer before they gain. And if I want to relate it to the common life, we have people that they are called armed robbers, they are steal, they are thieves. They don't want to suffer before they eat. And the same thing is applicable to the publication of books, to the writing of books. When a book has been printed, put in a proper form of a book form, there are people who are just around the corner who want to gain from other people's intellectual properties. Based on this, the government of every country have a particular law that is set aside to deal with people of such. Like, for example, in Nigeria, for example, we have CAP number 28 that deals with such laws.
It is important we know what reading is all about before we can say how do we cultivate the habit. Reading becomes a habit when it is done regularly. It may also mean the amount of time, the frequency of reading. It also means that how devoted are you to reading. Copyright itself is a legal right that is given to somebody who has created work of art. Essentially, if you have labor to create work of art, it is expected that the economic value, you enjoying it, not somebody else.
Ensuring every child owns a book focuses on reaching children from disadvantaged backgrounds in conjunction with schools and nurseries.
In an academic environment like this, College of Education, ADME, if you are written a book and it's found out that you copy it from other people's work, that person will face a disciplinary committee and the person may lose his or her work.
How do you plagiarize? You are writing an article, for example, and you are lifting a particular writer's work to your own work without citing the person, the body of the work. Then at the end of your work, even without citing, there is no referencing pattern for the person, then that one makes the person an intellectual thief in terms of academics. There's a proper law that's set aside for copyright. For example, if someone is copyable, the law says in Nigeria, either the person pay 100,000 naira fine or the person will be jailed for at least 12 months, that is a year, or both. But for plagiarism, there is no proper law set aside for it. For example, in academic world, like ours that we hire, if someone is found plagiarizing a particular work, the management may decide to set up a committee to try such a person.
About 62.02% of Nigerians are literate, but by championing books and copyright, it encourages creativity, diversity, and equal access to knowledge, thereby promoting literacy, mobile learning, and scientific knowledge. Ugoala Emanuela reporting for KAFTAN TV.